One last question.
Thank you. Hi, I'm an MIT student and a Jew, and so first of all, I just wanted to correct both of you in saying to the rabbi that not all Jews have categorically been taught from the beginning to support Israel and to shut out all other points of view. There are those of us who do look into these things. And to the Imam, I wanted to say that there are some American Jews like me, like myself, who do look at Israel with a critical eye on occasion, and who do recognize some of the injustices that are done, and do try to work to correct them. That being said, I was misled here. I thought we were going to hear about foreign policy and social justice. If Dean Fitzgerald were still here, I would ask her how a school at MIT could co-sponsor an event with such a misleading title. But to get on to the topic at hand, I would like to understand on not such a politically charged topic such as Israel or Zionism, I would like to know how, from a Muslim view and a Jewish view, how both of you would say whether or not there is a moral imperative to do something with dealing both with foreign policy and with social justice on the crisis going on in Darfur and the genocide taking place there, which is both a foreign policy issue and a social justice thing. And I would like to know if you think that there is a moral imperative to do something from an American perspective, from a religious perspective, going on there.
It's genocide in Sudan, that concept. Imperial propaganda.
Okay, you know, the presentations were not the full 2 hours that we had. They were almost 2 hours. There's also the feedback that came. So as much as you're speaking about the presentation not needing the title, also look at the questions and answers. You're the only one who's trying to get out of the atmosphere that you just described. So that being said, I'll just get down to answering a question about Darfur. It happens, it strikes me very odd. I'm not a person who studied Darfur very closely, but it strikes me very odd that the continent of Africa has probably multiplicities of Darfur happening in them, especially in the areas that are rich in mineral resources, such as diamonds or petroleum and these types of things. So it appears to me that there is an imperialist objective in obtaining some type of control over Darfur. And it just happens that I met a Sudanese person who lives in Sudan and knows a lot about this issue, and he told me, and this is for your own information, that the Sudanese government was approached by those who are called multinationals in one of the European countries. And the officials of the Sudanese government were told this: look, if you give us access to the riches or the resources that we have detected in this particular part of Sudan, the whole issue of Darfur will die down, will disappear. And they refuse to do that. So that means it's not this, what you will see. And this also strikes me as very odd. And it seems like Zionism here is where it is very comfortable with imperialism. You go around in the Washington, D.C. area, and you see these signs in front of the synagogues. I don't know if you're here in Boston or in any other city. I just speak about the area I come from. And they have these signs that when you read them, you get the impression, wow, the Jews are very concerned about Darfur. Well, is there other place in Africa that they would like to also be concerned about that doesn't have these types of riches but has a magnitude of this type of misery? And there are other places. That's a legitimate, I mean, I'm telling you what I see and what I I'm just answering your question.
The U.S. has been waging war against Sudan for years and not the
Sudanese
government.
We've been having a good discussion. Let's keep it that way.
So anyways, it appears to me that there's prospecting for oil in Sudan, and the Sudanese government is seriously thinking about giving the contracts to the Chinese, and therefore Shell, and Exxon, and Mobil, and these types are going to be excluded from this bonanza area. Therefore, you have the tragedy of Darfur. These humanitarian tragedies are always, it seems to be, in the service of the Zionist imperialist nexus.
I think we're already over time. I want to thank our speakers. I also want to thank all of you. This is what the university is about. We all learn things. Thank you, my Lord. Thank you very much.